Here representing for title, about to see Will Smith and Martin Lawrence at the Apollo.
Yes.
Really excited to be here. Big fans of Will Smith and Martin Lawrence and Elliott Wilson. And Tidal. So
Thank you, title.
Thank you, Title.
Martin Lawrence and Will Smith are the best actors I've ever seen. Shout out to Tidal for giving us this acknowledgement and this moment to go ahead and see these great guys do what they're doing. This is awesome. Thank you, Tidal.
We're here to see Martin
Lawrence.
and Will Smith.
Oh, I'm so excited. I love Will Smith and I love Martin Lawrence.
Yeah, definitely since Bad Boy 1.
Thank you, Titles, for having both of us here.
Thank you, Tidal, for having us.
Looking forward to hearing this interview with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence.
We've been here many times. We always come to Tidal events. Looking forward to this Bad Boys interview. We can't wait to see the movie.
Yes, that's a shout out to Tidal. Thank you for hosting such an event. I'm right here from Germany watching Bad Boys for Life.
I'm here for the Martin Lawrence and Will Smith Bad Boys for Life. Let's go Tidal.
I'm so excited to be here. I can't wait to see Will and Martin. This is going to be great. Thank you so much. Tidal is one of the best music service out there. They play real music and they have hi-fi music. Nobody else has that. That's pretty awesome. Thank you, Tidal.
Yeah. Mike. Is this on? Yeah. Don't stop clapping, man. That shit look good. You see the red jacket? You see what I'm saying? You see it's cold out there, man, New York City. How's everybody doing? How's Harlem doing up in here? How's the Apollo Theater doing up in here? Are your friends mad they couldn't get in? Is anybody mad? I'm sorry. I already just changed my number. It's over, so I have no friends. It's a wrap. Welcome to Crown. I'm Elliott Wilson. This is a live interview series I do entitled. Before we get it started, man, I want to show you a real quick clip. Check it out.
It's so interesting when you come back together on a movie after this long. There's such a deep love for these characters and for this franchise. The first one was 23 years ago, which sounds crazy.
Well, I'm a lot heavier now, so it's been 23 years.
One last time. One last time.
You know, I love 1 and 2, and I just wanted to get back with you again to do it because people need to see us again on camera. We made the characters real.
So you ready to bust this case open? Oh yeah, let's finish strong.
And in 3, they gonna want to just ride with us. The yin and the yang.
The yin and the yang, absolutely. It's rare, but it's beautiful to be able to come back together and everybody's still handsome.
That's why we have chemistry, because you say stuff like that.
Yeah. You know, I saw the movie yesterday. It was really good, man. You know what I'm saying? Hope you guys enjoy it, man. You know what I'm saying? Have to wait a little bit, but you know, you're not Elliott Wilson, so you know you're gonna be good. But nah, so for real, no, I'm excited, man. I can't believe this night is here, man. I can't believe these guys are backstage. I'm not gonna bore you with the long intro. I just want to say I appreciate the support of the title. I appreciate the support with Crown. My partner Jesse Kirschbaum on that. At Title, I gotta shout out Jason Campana for helping make this happen. The good folks at Sony, the good folks all behind this project, man. You know, sometimes I get to sit with one legend on this stage. Tonight I get to sit with 2 legends. You know what I'm saying? So we're getting excited for this Bad Boys for Life movie. You gonna check it out when it comes out? You ready? It lives up to the hype, man, I'm telling you. The wait is worth it, man. I want you to make some noise for the Bad Boys. Will Smith, Martin Lawrence. Yeah, gotta take my coat off.
I'm the definition of half man, half drugs. Ask the clubs, bad boy, that's what's up. After bucks, crush crews after us. No games, we ain't laughing much. Nothing but big things. Check the hit list, how we twist shit.
They here. Make some noise.
Oh, man.
Apollo.
Yeah. Love that.
So guys, we're gonna have a nice quiet event.
Yeah.
Everybody,
Man,
shh now.
that is crazy, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I love you back.
Yeah.
Love you back. Love you back.
That's crazy.
Sadi, yo, I swear, I'll tell you, this bugs me out. This wasn't my first question, but I literally was gonna wear those sneakers tonight, man.
Oh, yeah?
Air Jordan 1, the new version?
Yeah, my stylist, she just hooked me up. So,
I copped them shits. I was about to wear them. I was like, I'm just gonna go with the Gucci boots, but I was really about to cop those. Like, I wear those
you
tonight.
8.5, you can have these when I'm finished.
Yeah, give me man, Martin.
Oh, man.
Well, first of all, guys, congratulations, man. Like, for real, this bad boy.
Thank you.
Everybody loved the trailer. So I know for off the rip, I know that this is going through so many delays on delays. Like, my first question is, like, how did you guys both feel like, I know Will was pushing it, but how did it get to the point where you guys felt like it was finally right?
Well, it took so long because of this guy. He wouldn't do the script unless it was right. He would call me 1 month, say, I think we're there. Then he would call me 6 months later. It's not there yet, but I think we're almost there. Then he'd call me 2 years later. We're finally there. Then we finally got it made.
Yeah, nah, man, it's these first two movies at the time that we did the first one, 95, was like, it was two black guys in a movie. Like, that was a big deal back then.
Yeah, lead roles. Yeah.
And it was like just what Bad Boys meant to the community, and then we came back with Bad Boys 2, and it worked. And I just didn't want to wreck the franchise. I had felt like I had other sequels in my career that I didn't feel like I didn't land it. But with this one, I just wanted to protect this franchise, and I wanted to make sure that the story was right, that it had something to say, that it was funny, and that it deserved to be made again. Not just people like sequels, so let's just do a sequel. It's like the Bad Boys had to come correct.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. So when did you first feel like, that it was correct? When did you guys feel like, it's correct? Once you approved the script and got down to start filming, did it take a moment before it felt like, okay, this is really actually going to be everything we thought it could and should be?
Well, the first thing was when me and Marty Marr sat down. It's like we had Marty Marr. Yeah, we had
Marty Marr.
When we sat down, we hadn't seen each other in a while. So it was the concern was always chemistry, because those first two movies, we were making up stuff in all of the scenes. Everything in those scenes was a result of the chemistry. So for me, the big concern was, would we still have that chemistry? Yeah. And literally the first time we walked back in the room together.
It's like riding a bike.
Yeah.
Pick right back up.
Yeah, it was just so perfect. Like we just have so much fun together. We have so much respect for each other. And more than anything, it's like we're playing different instruments. And I think that's the main thing about being in a scene with somebody where you're not playing the same instruments, right? We're not fighting for jokes. We're not fighting for certain shots. It's like we fill the scene out, and we know how to support each other in a way that it's magical in the scenes.
Yin and the yang.
Yin and the yang.
Yeah. Martin, I wanted to ask you that balance, because I heard Will speak about it in some interviews I saw about like that balance of like, whose time is it to be funny, and how to play off each other. Like, what was that transition like for you? Because obviously you being a stand-up, you have maybe a different rhythm than Will, who's funny too. But like, how on your end do you find that rhythm to like play off him and like know when it's his time to get the joke and when it's time for you guys to get the joke?
Michelle Obama say, when he go high, I go low. That's how you balance it out. And it's like a sparring match, you know. It's,
And we know about your boxing game, you know what I'm
it's
saying?
like a sparring match. So
Them hands still good, Martin?
Yeah, oh, those gotta stay good. I don't never know when somebody gonna run up. I gotta pop. Oh, that's a lawsuit.
But I know we don't want to get into any spoilers. I saw the movie. I was going to say it lives up to the hype.
Thank you, man.
Don't want to give no spoilers. You got to be careful. But like, what can you tell the people about kind of the premise of the movie that you don't mind revealing in terms of why it felt right? Why is this Bad Boys for Life special?
Yeah, I think at the core of Bad Boys, it's about friendship. And I think that's a thing that people really connect to with the Bad Boys. We ride together, we die together, Bad Boys for life, right?
Yeah.
And it's like everybody's looking for that, you know? Everybody is looking for somebody to ride with them, you know, no matter what. And I think what's great about this, with this story, is we take that to its limits. You know, and it's like really early. I don't want to get the spoilers away, but really early in the story, something happens between the dudes that really tests our friendship. You know,
I think thugs are gonna be like this.
Yeah.
Shed a thug tear?
Yeah, I think
Shed a thug tears?
Thug tear.
All up in the cinema?
Thug tears, yeah. Yeah, no, there's
No, it's shocking. It's just big, real deal.
It's a big, you know, and that the scene after when we call the breakup scene. You know, there's like a breakup scene in there that's hardcore, like a question of, and it's like
partnership in jeopardy.
Yeah, the partnership in jeopardy, and you question. You know, you can know somebody for a really long time, but when you're going through something and when you really need them, your mind can get a little twisted, and you're not sure if they really riding with you. And when you see that happen with the Bad Boys, it's like in Scarface when Tony killed Manny. You're like, nah, Manolo, you can't, you know.
Nolo.
Nah, Manolo. So it's, you know, we wanted to create that kind of scene where you like, damn, that's your boy, but where you understand both sides of the fallout.
Yeah. What was it like playing that role on your side, Martin?
My role?
That conflict, the conflict side of it.
Oh, I loved it. It's one of my favorite scenes in the movie. Because I got to, you know, play some drama, some hard drama with them. And we show a lot of love in that scene for each other. So it was strong. I love that scene.
I want to talk about you guys as characters, because this has got to the point where it's a franchise, and part of that is people have to really love the character and connect to the character. I want to ask you guys, like, as actors, how much does Martin Lawrence relate to Marcus Burnett?
The family man. You know, I'm a family man. I'm no cop, you know. But I would say the family.
You be pulling jokers over, you know.
No.
Come out your house, hey, young boy, settle down.
No, I would say more. I'm more just a family man. You know, I'm a family guy. I love to spend time with my family.
And some of the things you talk about, like spirituality and stuff like that, also relates to your life too, right? In some sense, right?
I pray a lot, and you know, I know without God I wouldn't be here, and I know it's all a blessing.
Yeah. And then I saw somewhere that you said that Mike Lowry is actually your alter ego. Like, that's so far removed to how you are, but you love playing that role.
Yeah, I love playing Mike Lowry. I get to say, yo, Mike Lowry, I be saying
Mike Lowry be cussing and shit.
I would never do, like, stuff I would just never, like, do in my real life. You know, I'd be like, hey, girl, what's up? You know, it's like, that ain't me. I'd be scared as hell to do that. But Mike Lowry let it rip. I was like, that's my dude. I love that. I love that.
So was it a challenge to get back into, like, I saw you know, you share a lot on your social, like, how deep was it for you to, like, finally get back to Miami and begin, like, filming there, and, like, you start revving up as, like, I'm Mike Lowry again.
Mike Lowry, Miami make you act like Mike Lowry, though. It's like, who been to Miami? Yeah. You get to Miami and it just loosens something up in you a little bit. you know, so it's like everybody Mike Lowry in Miami. But yeah, it's great like that the city is a part of the character in that way, just the weather and the vibe and you know, you know. me and Martin, when we first, because like we discovered Miami on the first one. It was like our first time being there.
Back in 95?
Back in 95. And Prince had a club in Miami.
Uh-oh.
It was what, Glam Slam or something like that. Prince had a club that was all the way Princed out.
And lived up to it.
Yeah.
Lived up to the
How was
Prince
that, Martin?
name.
How was that, baby?
Yo.
Lived up to the Prince name. I can't tell you everything else. I got to kill you. But
yeah, so it's like when you hit that town, it just opens up that Bad Boys flavor.
Well, speaking of Miami, I think we got a scene, emergency reverse scene. That's based in Miami, right? That's one of the early scenes.
Which one?
Emergency reverse.
Oh, yeah. That's in there.
Play
Yeah, that
real
was
quick.
Miami.
We want to share a couple clips with you guys, man.
I'm about to throw up. Oh, you bet the hell not. That is hand-stitched leather. You better drink it. Mike,
Relax.
Mike, bust. PD, make a hole, make a hole. Make a hole, Miami PD. Go. Sorry.
Daddy.
You a pop-up.
Yeah. Yes, that's like one of the early scenes. We thought we get into that action, and all of a sudden the big reveal is that your grandpa out here.
Grandpa, man.
Yeah, so that's one of the spoilers. That's one of the spoilers. That's the opening. That's the opening sequence. So you think you're in a big chase, and you get there, and that's one of the first adjustments for Martin's character. That his daughter.
What is some we're gentlemen, we're in our 40s, 50s, we're grown men. Like, what are some of the adjustments for Will Smith and Martin?
Are we in our 40s or for you?
I'm
and your
48.
You 48?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm the young boy, Will. I'm the young boy.
I'm just checking. He thought you look like, just
state your name. State your age,
Get
gangster.
all loose with it. Get all loose. We in our 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. Like, how old are you, Joker? How old are you?
And fuck this whole thing up. Good night, everybody. You insult Will Smith in Harlem. No disrespect, but obviously I think I saw some of you saying like how, sometimes you don't necessarily want to go to the stunt man. You want to try to do some things yourself.
Yeah.
Not this time.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm 54 years old, man. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Let the stunt man get paid for what the stamp man do.
Man, get busy?
Yeah, no, I started the other way. I was like, yo, man, we gonna do all our stunts, man. We gonna do them all. We gonna go. Martin was like, yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, man. I got like 3 days. In my mind, I was like the Black Tom Cruise, Be hanging on the side of the plane and all that.
Mike Lowry, baby.
Man, look, 3 days in, I was like, damn, nah, I think, sub.
So it's like basketball. You have to call in the sub. Like,
Yeah, man. I lost that one real quick. Yeah. We let our stuntmen earn their keep.
Yeah. Let's play one more scene. This is called the body drop scene.
The body drop.
Little body drop scene.
Body drop.
Bad Boys.
A big part of fighting crime is being ahead of the criminals. You don't have to stop for pigeons. You just drive up to them. They'll fly away. Oh, this is my wife's car. Cover the front door. I'm retired. I'm a civilian. Oh, shoot. She knows. She always knows.
Yeah.
Mine always gets nauseous around the bodies, the dead bodies, the body count. When there's bodies, the dead bodies, the body count, you get a little nauseous around that situation.
Do I really get nauseous? Yeah, if I'm around a real dead body, I'm sure I will. I don't want to be around one. No.
Yeah, that was a gentleman caught a deadly end right there. Another scene, I'm not showing it here, but DJ Khaled got involved with the film.
Oh, yeah, Khaled is in there.
As Manny the Butcher.
He
had a very eventful scene with you, Will.
Yeah,
why was Khaled the right fit for that? And what was that like? That look
Khaled, he just loved the movie, and y'all know how Khaled is.
Yeah, I want to hear how Khaled was trying to pitch himself to you.
B, you got, you know, you can't do Bad Boys without, you know.
Because everybody wanted to get down. Like once they heard you guys are really doing it, right?
Yes.
Like your phones was like
everybody was calling, and it was Miami, and Khaled was available. It was a great scene. Character Manny the Butcher, and he was like real persistent. He was like Khaled showed up like 4 weeks before his scene. Yeah, remember? He just came to set. He was just on set. It was like
another one.
What's up, Khaled? Yo, man, I'm just making sure, What you making sure? We good, brother. We good. Y'all can't come through Miami, and me not, But this our job though, Khaled. We at work right now.
But you was nice to him. Now he helmed this soundtrack for the project, right? Like talk about that, like, and how important music is to the franchise in terms of
music kicked us off.
Yeah, for sure.
Bad Boys soundtrack.
Yeah.
The first one was especially hot, and the second one.
Yeah.
I love the soundtracks.
Yeah, the music.
And I think this is going to be just as.
Oh no, this soundtrack is crazy.
Yeah, what should they expect? I saw Meek Mill's on it. Like
Meek Mill,
Bryson Tiller.
I love the Ritmo track. I think that's the first single, right? I think that was the first single. Black Eyed Peas, J Balvin, who else? Jaden did a verse on that too.
Okay, home team, family.
Yeah. Little nepotism.
How much did he charge you? Was it right?
Yeah, I know, right?
But to take it back though, people that know with the whole franchise, like everything I saw, it's like Bad Boys originally was a vehicle that was in your lap, right, Martin?
Yeah.
And you brought Will along. Like, talk about that process.
Well, I had the script. They presented it to me, and I had to find a co-star to star with me in the movie. And my sister brought Will's name up to me. And I thought about it. I was like, wow.
Tell the truth. He was like, Fresh Prince.
Yeah, because I look back, like, Fresh Prince started in 1990. Martin didn't start till 1992, so you already was on TV and was out there.
But we were both sitcom stars, and I thought about it like, wow, if both of us hook up, I said, let me have a dinner with Will. And so I had a dinner with Will, and after talking to him 5 minutes, how could I say no? Yeah. And this is one of the best decisions I ever made. So,
Yeah. Do you remember the dinner, Will? Like, was you trying to impress Martin? Like,
I was like, at that time, it was like, nobody could touch Martin. Like, just the funniest dude. And it was like...
make some noise.
I was watching his episodes, and I was trying to bite everything he was doing. So it's like he called me, and there's a genius in Martin's comedy. And specifically in the acting, that's a very rare, unique talent, right? And it's, I go, a long way on the acting spectrum. I like to go all the way serious drama as far as I can go, and then as broad the comedy as I can go. And what you realize is there are very few people that can make you laugh a big, hefty, giant laugh without destroying the drama of the scene. And that's a very rare thing. And you notice and you watch some movies, and they'll be holding you, and you're in and you're involved, and then a character will do something, and it's funny, but for somehow you just are a little bit out of it. It's like, it's funny and you can laugh, but you're not feeling it no more. And what Martin is able to do is make you laugh as big as you laugh in a movie theater without breaking the dramatic base of what's actually happened. You never come out of what's happening.
I do that?
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
That was gonna be my question.
That's why I love this guy. Now you see why he got the job, right?
Do you remember anything from that dinner conversation? Like, what was that? What was that like sitting at dinner with Martin? And like, were you trying to say something? Or
I remember one thing. we walked out on Martin's balcony, and we standing out there, and Martin's crib is banging, right? And I ain't had my house yet, right? So, so we went out there, and we standing out, and I was like, this nigga got a balcony, right? And I'm standing there, I was like, I'm doing something wrong, I ain't got no balcony. And then he points down, and there's this big, giant, beautiful house way down the hill. And he said, yeah, you see that house, you like that? I said, yeah. He said, yeah, that's Eddie's house. I was like, Eddie Murphy. He was like, yeah, that's Eddie's house. I was like, oh. I was like, Marty, Ma. I was like, I want some of that. I want some of that.
And Will got it and then some now, boy. Got it and then some.
What are you guys' favorite memories of the first film when you look back at it now? Do you watch it? Does it still hold up to you guys to the same thing? And like, what memories do you have of creating that first film?
My memories are us dealing with the director, Michael Bay.
Michael Bay, yeah.
You know, because he was really tough.
Yeah. He's
You know, a good guy, real talented, but it was his first time doing a movie, and he didn't have people skills.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you don't like the loud talk director.
yeah, I don't like that. So, you know.
Yeah.
So just us having to learn how to work with him and deal, I think.
Yeah, no, on the first movie, it was my job, and I was trying to, I was like, Martin,
Oh,
it's
me.
cool, calm down, man. Let me talk to Michael. He's like, talk to him. Like, so, you know, and I go over, hey, Mike, blah, 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 blah. But on the second movie, I think I just came off of Ali.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in the scene in Bad Boys 2, where Martin, we go to the captain's house, and Martin accidentally took the X. You remember that scene?
Yeah.
So in that scene, it was a late night. It wasn't going right. Martin's, you know, in his drawers and Tim's, right? And he got the robe on, because remember, he goes upstairs and he comes down with the robe on. So that scene. So Michael said something, and I lost it. And I jumped up off of the couch, and I charged across the room to get Michael, and Martin in his drawers intercepts me midway through, and he got me around my waist, right? And I'm like, come over here and say it. Come over here and say it. And Martin is holding me, and Michael's like, dude, what is your problem? And Martin's head is around my waist, and they're like, Michael, shut the fuck up. This nigga too big. This nigga too big. Yeah,
So I had to calm him on the second one. I was like, come on, guys, we can't do this, man. We can't do this.
Yeah, so yeah, we take turns. We take turns keeping each other under control.
Yeah.
But as much as you talking about, like, maybe Martin had a certain level of career you wanted at that time, but I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, the success of the first Bad Boys was kind of both you guys' first, like, major Hollywood lead male success stories at the same time, right? So what was that like when you did the movie and then finally had that huge box office, and like now all of a sudden you guys are really viewed as like you can lead movies as males, as black males?
Yeah.
What was that transition like for you when that realization came in? When
It
that
was
movie
great for me.
was so
It helped
successful?
launch me into so many other movies. You know, I did like 11 more movies after that. So, you know, I
So
stayed.
it was like instantly no looking back.
Yeah, it was no looking back. And then the pause that I did have, it was just, you know, a different time.
Because the thing before that was your comedy movie, which was controversial because of the ratings and stuff like.
Oh, are You So Crazy?
Yeah, You So
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah.
Because you and I remember back then you didn't compromise for success because they wanted to give you the R rating.
Yeah,
and
and
that
I took the
limited your-
NC-17.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't want to compromise my work. And I want the fans to see exactly what I was talking about. And they want to water it down and sell you something else, and I didn't want to do that.
Yeah. So how good did it feel that right after that, your next project being this movie was like the one that like broke you through?
Yes, it launched it, and with this guy, we just
And this guy fucks around, does Independence Day, Men in Black. You create one of the greatest hot streaks of like. Movie. But how big was it for you?
Not just for black people. It's one of the greatest hot streaks in Hollywood history.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know. For all people. For all people. For all people. For all people.
Bringing worlds together. I'll go there with you. Like a black male is an international box office draw.
Yeah.
We hadn't really seen that in that kind of way.
Yeah, no, that was one of the things that was really critical to me in my career. Is you would hear a lot, black people don't translate internationally, right? You know, and that was just always really insane to me. You know, it's like, you know, we would go in to pitch movies, and the general Hollywood perception is that if we're black people in the movie, you're only doing it for America, right? So it was a big thing for me to go out and show that wasn't true. I knew it wasn't true because I had already been around the world one time with music. Yeah. And I knew that black music was the music of the global audience, right?
Yeah, make some noise for that. You can look that out.
You know, so it was really critical for me, movie after movie, to figure out how to sell in the territories around the world, you know, and I just started with the top 10 territories, and it was important to me. I went out and I was going door to door, you know, selling my movies in all of these countries around the world. I hated to hear that, and I just didn't want other, you know, black folks to have to hear that after me. I wanted to go ahead and pave the way and show that you can have a hit everywhere in the world.
And it's great now, Martin. Like I see you guys, like you just came with to Germany and you're selling the movie there and you're doing press conferences. But what's that transition like? Does that still excite you to go to these other markets? And
yeah, because I haven't. You know, Will did it all by himself. You know, the first two, you know, I didn't go overseas, so you know, to do this one with him, and it really feels good. I had a lot of fun with it, you know, and just had a great time.
Yeah, we talked about the second one. What was some of your favorite memories or moments in that second, doing that sequel? And what was the mentality going into that? Did you feel like you were trying to see if this was going to be the franchise type piece? Like, what mentality did you guys go into when you was trying to make the second movie?
Always trying to make a hit movie. Just, you know, just trying to put the pieces together and make a hit movie.
Yeah, it's like, you know, I'm always trying to create something that people are going to remember, you know. It's, you know, for me, movies are about ideas. And you can have all the action you want, and, you know, you can have great chemistry, and you can have all of those elements, but the important thing is, like, what are you saying? When you get to the end of a movie, it's like, people will be like, okay, why did I just give 2 hours of my life, you know, to my life and my money, right? Yeah, you know, why did I do that? And to me, it's really critical to be saying something, you know. And at the core of this Bad Boys movie, sort of the premise of what we're talking about is grow or die, right? And it's like you have to stay committed to growing. You have to stay committed to finding the next phase and the next chapter of your life. If you cling to a dead thing, you're gonna die along with it. Yeah, you know.
Will, you should be a motivational speaker. What can he do?
Yeah, I saw something, Martin. You was like, I love Will. Will even has like a fucking energetic walk. Like,
he just walk. But that's his spirit every day. That's the energy he brings to the set every day. He is what you see. He's no fronting with him, man.
I heard he got to chill though in the mornings because you might not be the most.
I'm not a morning person.
Yeah.
So,
no, I had to learn that. That was one of the things I had to learn. Like, you know, when I walk on set in the morning, you know, because, you know, Martin likes to warm up a little bit. He starts the day a little slow. He likes to warm up. You know, and I walk in, we got a 5:30 car, and I'm like, Marty Ma! And he'll just go. All right, my bad. Okay, I'm gonna give you like 9. What you think, Marty Ma? 9:30? 9:30, I can go up there? You know? Like, hit me like 10.
He stay on. This guy's on all the time.
One of my favorite scenes in Bad Boys 2 is what you did to that poor kid Reggie, man, when he came.
Yeah.
He tried to pick up Try to pick up your daughter, 15-year-old kid, take your daughter out for a date. Man.
And I'm nothing like that with my daughters now.
Yeah,
I'm nothing like
you have 3 daughters, Martin.
Yeah, I
Is that
have
how
3
you doing it?
daughters, and you know I hate to see them go through the boy stuff. I be like, leave them boys alone. They nasty. but
you don't pull your pistol out.
Huh?
You don't pull the pistol out.
No, I don't do that. But that was a fun scene to do. But Will can explain that better than I.
Yeah, because what's crazy, so the kid, he wasn't a real actor, right? So this was his first thing.
Oh my
he wasn't
God.
an actor.
Right.
So Michael Bay was like, he's like, yo, dudes, I want a real performance out of this kid. He said, so for like an hour before we get on set, why don't you guys just like act like you're angry at each other? I just want to just get them a little on edge. You know.
I said, and I was like, Will, you stepping on my line in front of him.
Yeah. So he was sitting there. Martin was like, hey, he comes up to me. I'm talking to the kid, and Martin says, hey, Will, you stepping on my lines a little bit. I have a thing I want to say in the scene, and you stepping on it a little bit, And I said, hey, man, you need to get in where you fit in.
So Reggie's like,
he's looking. And Martin's like, yo, man, why you gotta be nasty? Why you acting all nasty? And I was like, yo, man, just say your lines where I leave a space. I'm doing what I'm doing, you do what you're doing.
Right.
And the kid is sitting there, was like, oh no. So Michael Bay is looking, and he's like, action! And we go on the set, and that kid's face is real, because he's like, we was giving it up.
What the fuck are you on?
Well, yeah. And it was all ad-lib, yeah.
He was nervous.
He ain't know nothing. There was no script. We were just doing it, and that kid was terrorized. And then afterwards, we're like, cut, Michael Bay, that's great. I go to him. I was like, yo, man, we set it all up. Me and Martin wasn't arguing. We were cool. We just wanted to get the thing, just to have you. He was like. Yeah, he did not. No, man, we was joking. It's like, we did that on purpose. We weren't really. Yo, that kid, he never acted again.
Chitty chitty bang bang.
Chitty bang bang. Yeah.
So even with the second one, there was still a heavy element of improvising off the script and stuff.
Yeah.
So what are some of is there other favorite moments from the second one that you guys remember?
Yeah, we were just wilding on the second one. It's like the thing with Martin, and I'm not good at ad-libbing. Like I like to know what the script is, and even if I'm gonna throw out other lines, I like to have it. Security. Where are you going?
Can't leave Crown. You can never leave a Crown.
Are you not entertained?
Lifetime ban from Crown. Lifetime. Need that social security number and everything.
Yeah, just make sure he doesn't come back.
You really had to pee, Will.
I'm kidding.
Martin, I assure you this never happens. I apologize.
No, that's all good. I'm having a blast. I love it.
You wouldn't allow it.
His audience is great. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Trying to bring that Def Comedy Jam,
You ain't got Big Bird in the crowd, do you?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Martin can like ad-lib, and he can just go say something different every time. He's making it up in the moment and all of that. And
the improvising.
It improvises crazy, and it's good for me. It's exciting to play, but it's like a magic trick to me when somebody can do that. I'm just not that kind of performer, and it's like
I didn't do it as much though in 3 though.
Not in 3, yeah. We had we liked the screenplay, a lot better.
We'll got that script right.
Yeah.
You remember a part in the second one that you improvised that you was proud of, that you made it better from what your input was?
When I was on the ecstasy and I was rubbing it back.
Yeah.
You guys love when Martin was on the ecstasy.
Improv,
I was improv and stuff in that scene.
Yeah.
And that turned out to be funny. And when he reaches back and hits my hand and all that, he damn near broke my damn hand, man. I'm like, Will, we acting, man.
Nah, it's great. Martin, I mean, I had the pleasure of interviewing Will on my podcast a little while back. Legendary interview.
Yeah.
So I want to shift a little to Martin if I can for a little bit, because I think a lot of times people don't really get to talk about.
No.
Easy now, easy. Will's here. Hello. Will's jumping.
That's ridiculous.
You see Will's sweater? Hello.
I'm hanging on to my Christmas vibes. I know. Oh, see what I'm saying?
There go, Will. Yeah. He got the MJ.
You know, I knew we was gonna be at the Apollo. You know what I mean? You know, get my little shimmy cocoa pop on.
No, but the thing it's just me about you guys both like coming up in that prime '90s era. Will had the benefit; he was an artist before that. But I was telling Martin backstage, like with his own contributions as an artist, we always felt he was as much of the culture as us. Like, can you talk a little bit about Martin about your connection to hip hop culture and how important that was to you and your growth?
I am hip hop. Black, proud, and you know, we just a bad culture, man. We just a bad culture, and I mean that in a good way. We're dope. Hip hop just for me allowed me to be free and express anything that I wanted to express. You know, and Will and them do it through rap. I just happen to do it through comedy.
Yeah, but you always had your connection to hip hop, like even Kid and Play. You guys had worked together, right? At Sears, right?
Well, not Kid and Play. I work with Salt and Pepper.
Salt and Pepper.
Salt and Pepper at Sears and Roebuck, and Herbie Lovebug.
Yeah.
Herbie Lovebug. And I remember one time I was trying to crack on Cheryl, which was Salt. I was trying to crack on her. I was like, "Hey, baby, how you doing? You should give me your number." She's like, "I got a boyfriend." I was like, "Who your boyfriend?" She said, "Herbie Lovebug." I said, "Herbie, this your girlfriend?" That blew my chances. So, but yeah, we worked at Sears and we had a great time, man. We had a great time.
And they made an answer record to your record, right? To the
Which one?
Didn't they make Girls Ain't Nothing But Trouble after that?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, my bad.
Did they?
No. Yeah, my bad.
You sure? No, that's 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years old.
Old days of rap.
Yeah.
But even with the Martin show, like you giving hip hop artists that platform at that time was so pivotal. Like, how did you decide who you gonna give that platform to, and like why was that important for you?
Well, I just happened all the artists that I loved at the time, you know, was able to get on there. Outkast, Snoop, Biggie, you know, and we just made it our duty to make sure we got these artists on the show. And if I was to be hip, the best way to be hip was to have the hip artists on, and that's what we did.
Yeah, R.P. Biggie, that's a classic because, you know, obviously the brothers don't go with us. Like, what are your memories of that episode? I think you had said somewhere that, like, you guys actually hung out before and after the episode, right?
Which was
with Biggie.
Biggie, yeah, he came over the house and everything. Biggie's just real cool, man. Just real down to earth, and I just remember him just, he was real concerned about his relationship with Faith at that time, and he wanted to ask me, you know, what you think, you know, about, you know, just some advice about it. Yeah.
I met Biggie the night he died.
Wow.
I met Biggie
that was the first time you had ever met him?
I met Biggie at the Soul Train Music Awards like 4.5 hours before he died. I met Biggie, we hung out, we took a picture and all of that. I went to sleep and woke up the next morning and he was there.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, you can't top Will Smith, man.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But Biggie,
I don't mean that in any way. R.P. Biggie, I love Biggie. Come on,
Biggie was good dude though.
Nah,
man.
he was great, man. Yeah.
Nah, it's crazy. So having those two shows, you guys were sitcom with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Martin, like he said he tapped into some of what you doing. Were you paying attention to all about what he was doing with the Fresh Prince?
Most definitely.
What was your take on that?
Well, it was different. You know, Will was, you know, it's Bel-Air. It was like, he was like, I felt like he was, how can I say it? I felt like he was the Bel-Air black upper echelon or whatever you want to call, and I was the ghetto kind of you know, I don't know how to explain it. It's different, you know. But I enjoyed this show though. You know.
And well, you paying attention to just?
Oh man, I was watching everything. I wanted. I was in the mirror practicing his stuff. Like I was just looking at his physical comedy, and you know that at that point, you know what he was doing with his body was really different than comedians were doing at the time, and what anybody was even able to do, you know. And I grew up with Three's Company, and John Ritter's physical comedy was the physical comedy I always looked at, what he could do with his body. And then Martin was the first person I had seen in my adult life that was able to match that level of physical comedy that could make you laugh just with how he shaped his body, you know. And it's like, that's such a, it's an instrument. Your body's an instrument. So you're playing an instrument for the audience. And just the way that he plays his instrument is like, nobody else is skilled in that way.
Oh, there you go again.
But Martin, I think you displayed that by doing the different characters, right? Because they all have different tempos of how they move and stuff like that. And I feel like I saw something, I think, with Tashina Arnold was saying that you kind of didn't really love the whole thing of like get the prosthetics of like getting ready for the roles, but then once you put the uniform on, you would go into that mode. Like, why was that so important to have these other characters besides yourself?
Because I really wanted to show the work. And I knew the only way to do that was to put out all these characters and give people something they could feel. You know, if I had to just stick to the way they were doing sitcoms and wanted you to do it, I would have never made it. So I had to go that way.
So we gotta settle the debate real quick. What was the strongest character, Shanae or Jerome?
Well, the fellas probably,
two, right?
the fellas probably would say Jerome, but the ladies would say Shanae. But I think they both strong. You know, Shanae. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I love Shanae because she could tell you off.
How would Shanae react to being said she was number 2 and didn't get the number 1? If Jerome got the belt and Shanae's number 2, what would be her reaction?
If Shanae what?
Was voted number 2 on the list instead of number 1.
Oh my goodness, no, I wasn't no damn number 2. You know damn well I ain't no number 2. How the hell can I be number 2? You are losing your damn mind.
They doing the 90s woo woo woo. Look at the nerve.
I just can't do that. I love that so much.
What did you think of the characters part of it when he would do all these different characters? What was your take on that? It was with Shanae, a lot of people gave you credit. It was like this, like the modern day Flip Wilson. Like,
yeah, man.
There was so much praise with it.
It's just such a special skill set. You know, when I see Martin do those characters or Eddie with the clumps, and from an acting standpoint, it's watching how people draw the distinctions between the characters. Right? It's like, you know, Shanae's voice and her walk is different than Jerome's, right? It's like, it's not like Martin is, you're not seeing him in those characters. There's such beautiful acting distinctions between the characters, and that is like beautiful acting work, man.
Oh, there you go again.
Well, we got to crown it and the winner is Jerome. Jerome, I want to congratulate you as number 1.
I say Jerome tonight. Watch your back.
Oh, man.
But the other great thing people forget, too, like at the time you saying, Martin, that like, obviously, you didn't believe in any real censorship with your stand-up act, but at the time when you had Martin popping, you had Martin on Thursdays, which was kind of more of a clean look for America, and then you would have Def Comedy Jam on the Fridays.
I could do what I want. I love that.
1-2 punch.
Yeah, I love, because on like you said, on Thursday I was clean. I could show people that I could switch it up, but on Friday I could say what the fuck I want to. I loved it.
What was that experience like? Because not only was it a great springboard, the Def Comedy Jam thing, a springboard for you, you literally were able to give the platform for other comics of that generation. Kings of Comedy, those guys, Chris Tucker, Dave Chappelle. Like, what was that experience like? Were you thinking in that moment that this is a vehicle that's not only elevating me, but helping my peers in the comedy space?
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, wow, I'm at the helm of it, and Russell, was the mind behind it, and Russell Simmons, and so they hired me, and they put me at the helm to host it, and so I got the chance to bring out all them comedians that went on to do big things, and I'm so glad that they chose me to do it. Yeah.
Any favorite moments from that? Like, I know they celebrated 25 years recently. Like, when you look back at that, are there certain moments from that series that stand out to you?
I remember Tracy Morgan stood out to me. That's why I had him on my show as Hustle Man.
Hustle Man, yeah.
Yeah, because as soon as I met him, he just threw his shirt up and started patting his stomach and doing something crazy. And then I brought him out on Def Jam, and he was funny. And so I thought about him when the Martin show was on, and we put him on the show as Hustle Man.
Yeah. Did you enjoy Def Comedy Jam, Will?
Oh, I was loving that, man. Like that, it's so funny. I'm an actor, right? But when I look at stand-up, that's just it is a whole other world to be able to do that, to stand up with a microphone by yourself in front of y'all, and it's like, you better come with it. And it's a magical gift to me, man. And when people can do that, and when people can make you laugh with just a microphone. When I have a microphone, I got Jazzy Jeff, I got dancers, I got music, I got all of that stuff, but none of that. And just a mic is I got mad respect for that. Yeah. Yep. Oh, I love that.
All
I
right.
love that. Thank you.
But Martin, even to this day, you doing a lot more stand-up, coming back to Lit AF tour, right?
Yeah, Lit as Fuck tour, yeah.
Can you cuss
Martin?
on here? Yes, please.
Oh, I didn't know if you could cuss on
Curse
here.
all day, Martin.
If you can cuss, then fuck, damn, fuck, and damn.
But it's the Lit as Fuck tour,
Oh,
a.k.a.
yeah,
the Lit AF tour.
And we, bring out the best of the best.
Why is it we see, like, Eddie's talking about he's coming back? Like, why is it with the DNA of a stand-up comedian, you guys can't take that, you can't turn
like
that
a
off?
boxer, man. It's like if it's your first love, is where you started at. You got to go back where you started, and that's what put the food on the table and helped me get to where I'm at. And all these people that came out and supported me and seen me, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them through my stand-up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it like doing stand-up now? Is it any different, the feel of it when you
It
come
is.
sit down?
Sometimes it's a little more pressure because you still want to be funny at the top of your game and everything, but I still love it.
Yeah. No stand-up for you, Will?
Nah, I did it. I did a thing. It got on the bucket list. Yeah, I did a thing where I did stand-up, and Chappelle grabbed me for a week and worked me through a routine, and I did 10 minutes, and I was telling him I bungee jumped out of a helicopter over the Grand Canyon for my birthday, and I would do that again before I would do stand-up again. Stand-up is terrifying to me, man.
I heard Martin was hitting you up during that stuff, being like, yo, man, don't mess this up, man. We got to film this movie, man.
No, right? Yeah.
Don't fuck this up, man.
Martin called me. He called me after that, after the bungee jump. He's like, hey, we ain't shot Bad Boys yet, brother. You need to.
You all right?
You all right?
One more thing for the Martin thing, I forgot. Like, what do you take when like people pay homage, like from the hip hop scene? I know Big Sean did a whole video where he was recreating this
I
show,
love that.
Play No Games joint.
When they give me shout outs and the hip hop honor awards and all that, man, that gets me right here, man. It makes me want to cry. Oh man, they love me. It makes me feel real good, man. I'm honored. I'm really honored.
Do you have some scenes from Martin that hold up still? My favorite is the New Jack City one. When you had the ninja dog.
The dog.
Because I saw someone you had said you was trying to get a real dog, but then you wasn't able to get a real dog, so you was like, I'm just gonna run with it.
Right, we just make it work. I figured if people seen the movie New Jack City, they knew what I was trying to do. Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Any other favorites? What's the best Martin episode? What do people hit you with? Like, what do they say is like
One of my favorite episodes?
Yeah.
One of my favorite episodes is the boxing episode with Thomas
Yeah.
Hearns. I
Tommy
wrote that
Hearns.
episode. I wrote that episode. Yeah, I wrote that episode. And the reason why I love that episode because it showed how somebody could look after they really got their ass whooped. And that your lady really had to still love you after you done gone through all of that and got your ass whooped for her.
I can really swell like that?
Yeah.
Nah, that's crazy, man. And any particular hip-hop guest appearance stood out the most to you during the show?
All of them stood out to me. Snoop, Biggie, Outkast.
Snoop had the afro. That was the afro.
Had the
singer,
afro,
right?
yeah.
A lot of times, first we talked about with you, Will, like some of the scenes, and like the father scene when Ben Vereen, the father,
Yeah.
touching moment like that.
Wow.
Like, were you aware of that, Martin? Did you look at any scenes from
Yeah, I didn't get to see it, but I heard about it. I heard it was real touching.
Yeah, no, that was the one.
That's the one you get the most now when people talk about.
Yeah,
Prince.
people walk up to me, you know, that was the one. LeBron hit me about that one, you know, and the behind the scenes of that is James Avery, Uncle Phil.
Rest in peace, Uncle Phil.
Yeah. He was always pushing me to be an actor. You know, he was on the set, I would have scripts I was going to read, I was going to do a movie, I was going to do this, I was going to do that, and I just desperately wanted his approval, you know, as an actor. And he was just looking at me and everything I would present, he was like, no, it's beneath you, no. You know, and he really wanted me to take my craft as an actor seriously. And he just didn't like nothing, never. He didn't like anything I did, nothing, you know, and I desperately wanted his approval. So we're in that scene, and we're doing the scene. It's in front of the audience, so this is my first dramatic scene on Fresh Prince, so I'm in the scene, and we do the first take, and I mess it up, and I'm like, fuck, in front of the audience, and he says, hey! And he says, use me. Look at me. Use me. And I'm looking, and I'm like, and he says, action. And we go, and we do the scene, and we're doing, and we go through, and he's looking, and you know, he's being calm, and I'm looking right in his eyes, and I use the scene, and I give the performance, and I fall into his arms, and he whispers in my ear, he says, now that's fucking acting. Right? And I was like, he just wrecked me. He wrecked me in that one, but yeah, that was my dude. You know, that was James Avery. He was the best of the best, man.
Look at you now.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at you now, one of the best actors we got out there.
Oh man, Marty Ma.
Man.
Oh man.
So you guys don't fight no more? So it's strictly friendship?
Oh, always. It's nothing but love here. Me and Will don't fight.
Not at all.
But it's great. Why is it important, like, with that sort of, like, why do you think you guys have been able to kind of transcend, like, that idea of, like, the buddy cop movie, right? Like, that's been, like, a Hollywood standard. It seems like with you guys, with your uniqueness and your point of view, you kind of elevated that in a whole different direction. How proud are you guys of that?
You know, it's funny, like, we just came back from overseas, and we were in Berlin, and we were in Madrid and Paris, and we're over there, and you know, it was popular over there, but today is the first day that we're promoting in the States. So this is our first time in the States.
Yeah.
Walking around as the bad boy. And the bad boys, I was like, whoa.
Get a certain bravado.
Yeah.
Touch my soil.
Yeah. But it's a different thing, and you know, especially for black people, it's like the Bad Boys represents a different thing, and you know, really in the last probably like 5 or 10 years, I didn't even realize the depth of what what it means to have, you know, people that look like me and Martin be at the helm of a movie like this. And, you know, it became that much more important, that much more critical, but I'm starting to see it and feel it. I can feel it more now than ever.
Yeah, make some noise for that. So obviously everything looks good rolling out. Before we get out of here, are Mike and Marcus retiring? We leaving the door open that there may be a Bad Boys 4?
Well, we're gonna have to wait till they all get in the theater and see what they tweeting. See what y'all tweeting.
Watch your tweets.
While you watching it, if people like, and I think people are gonna love this movie. I think people are gonna love it. It's like, you know, this dude is in such beautiful, rare form.
I'm a little fatter in the movie, though. In this one. I'm a little heavier.
Prosthetics, that's prosthetics.
No, it's for the character.
But it's for the character.
It's for the character.
I'm retiring, so
Yeah.
you know, I was eating pudding.
No. You made an acting choice. You made an acting choice.
Sacrifice to play the role.
You know, but I would love to do it again. Huh?
Yeah. She's running the show.
Absolutely.
She's doing an after
yes.
party. She's hosting an after party.
Yes, yeah.
So Martin, you keep it. Martin, you keeping the door open just in case?
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Yes,
keeping the door open just in case. You never know.
It's up to this
You had to
guy.
wait for this guy a long time.
I mean,
for
if
the
this
movie.
guy calls, it happens. I mean, this is the
No,
guy
we
that makes it happen.
definitely. If y'all love it, we're gonna definitely do another one. Absolutely.
Well, appreciate you guys being here. Make some noise. Make sure you check out the movie Bad Boys for Life. Make some
Boys for
noise.
Life.
Will Smith.
Thank
Martin
y'all.
Lawrence.
Thank y'all.
Thank y'all very much. I love y'all. Thank you.
You gonna do? Yeah. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? When you were 8 and you had bad traits, you go to school and learn the golden rule. So why are you acting like a bloody fool? If you get hot, then you must get cool. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?